Welcome to the Cedar Creek Classic. This is day 6 of Tour of America's Dairylands, and it is a pretty straightforward race. You can see Lucas Burgoyne right there, just shooting directly to the back. I got a front row call up, but my plan is just to sit in the Sprinter's Lounge until the end of the race and hope it works out. So we're starting off, and I am not really worried about keeping my position up front. Last year, I spent a little too much time up front before realizing that this course is too fast for a breakaway to go on. Here we have Dante on the right there. I'm moving back through the pack, trying to save some energy, just have an easy day. You can kind of like lounge in the back of this race. You can see there's like all sitting up into this corner, so you just follow some more momentum up and through, and then you don't really have to sprint out of the corner like everybody else has to. So I just did that until 10 laps to go. So there's just going to be some cheesing back here. I did get handed Takis at the beginning of the race by Eric Hill, and I actually put them in my pocket. So this whole race I have some Takis in the back of my pocket, which was pretty fun. Danny Holloway was back here also tail gunning in the Sprinter's Lounge, so stuck on his wheel. Hell of a bike racer. He's helping this guy out, I think. I don't know who this guy is. They both had feed helmets on. Right here I actually got next to this guy who kept like letting gaps go in corners. I just don't think he was like super comfortable in the corners. But I kind of got next to him and I was like, oh, if you follow Danny Holloway right here, like, you're gonna have an easy day. And then he gave me this look like, duh. So I think maybe they were working together. I don't know. I felt ridiculous after I realized they both had feet helmets on. So 30 minutes left in this race, and I'm gonna start moving up. Danny said he was chopping. He was dive bombing now. He was also trying to get to the front because he's a sprinter and he's done this a few times. So we're moving up. 10-15 laps to go in this race. Yelled Lucas inside, as he always yells that he's on the inside of a corner to everybody. I was just kind of messing with him. I wasn't actually dive bombing. You can see on the right, there are guys going for, I think, a $200 preem right now. I wasn't really too concerned with the preems. There was like a $1,200 preem at the beginning, but I had already gotten to the back, so it didn't matter. So we get through to the start finish. Everybody's going hard for this preem. I think Ryan Gorman got this $200 preem. I hadn't done much. I had just gotten to the front and was just kind of floating wheels, so I kept the pressure on the pedals, came around these guys, had some momentum into the start finish because I didn't go for the preem, and then I decided I would attack with 10-12 laps to go. You can see Ryman still up the front, but he's not committed to doing a breakaway, so I'm just pretty much rolling solo. Back behind me, Wanarango was actually starting to bridge, so he comes up and just kind of sits on my wheel. They had called a $500 preem right there, and I kind of wanted to roll through. I asked if he wanted to split it right about now. I said, let's split this preem. And naturally, when someone asks you to split a preem, you attack. So he attacks me right here, and I didn't have really good legs, so I just got onto his wheel. I kind of thought maybe I could start sprinting, but yeah, stood up and there was really nothing there. So I figured we would at least roll together. He, does the attack and then immediately asked me to start pulling again. I don't know if he's like feeling super great this year. He hasn't been doing as much breakaway work as he does normally because he immediately flicks me through, which I just had to follow his attack after pulling for a whole lap. So that's going to slow us down pretty good. On a course you got to go fast through. So we're only doing like 28 here, and the field's probably doing like 30. They're going to catch us for sure. Kind of realize a little bit later on, we get caught by James from MitoQ, and then little breakaways start to go, just like little moves here and there, and then it all comes back together. I just kind of let it happen, get back into a sensible position right behind, I think this is Nolan here, on Above and Beyond Cancer. We come around with, I don't know, 8 laps to go. Take this left turn. I'm kind of expecting everything to swarm a little bit. You can see Lucas Burgoyne up here pretty good. Nolan looks back right here, over his shoulder, and so I do too, following the center line of the road. And right when I'm looking back, he swerves a little bit over into me. I mean, it's not really anybody's fault. Danny Holloway felt free to voice his opinion that it was 100% on me. I'll take it. We keep going. I actually got very close to crashing there. And this whole finish of the race is going to be just like crazy choppiness the whole time of just people dive bombing. It's such an easy course. I mean, I think I did like 210 watts average in this race. It was chill. Like, we're just going too fast for anything to go off the front. Now we're committed to a sprint. You can see all the guys who are usually pretty good in like a good floaty sprint where you just kind of follow the right waves and I guess assert yourself. They're all up here. We got Cade Bigmore. Here comes Danny Holloway with a solid little move up the right. Ben Oliver on his wheel. I feel like this is a pretty good, somewhat safe position. Brody's going to chop it up with the German sprint train because he wants Holloway's wheel. German sprint guy just comes, 5411 just comes around like that and just sends a bomb without really any of his guys there, which was interesting. And he makes it to the front. Maybe he starts to keep it a little faster. I'm just floating on Preston I's wheel here, trying to keep good position. It's actually getting pretty hard at this point. Jump onto Cade here. Guys are starting to just bomb all around. It's so easy. And then you get a good momentum and you just follow it up and through. Last lap here usually gets sketchy on this course. Like, we are going fast enough that it's not going to be too bad, but this whole year there's been like a problem of there's no big team that's able to like keep it super fast the whole time. So you just get these super swarmy kind of solo riders. You can see Skyline up there trying to keep the pace high, but I mean, they're just going to run out of riders. Like, they've got Fetzer, I think he's already used up. So they've just got Burgoyne that's going to float after this next corner, pretty much. Midoku's got Marshall up here. Dusan Calaba's here. But yeah, no teams. It's just all kind of solo dolo dudes. Ben Oliver, he's always got a good kick. But yeah, we're in like a weird spot right now where we're not going super fast into this corner. This next straight is super long. Fans out, there's so much space. So anybody with a little bit of speed from the back can just swarm around. I get next to Ben here. We actually do start ramping up pretty quick. I don't know who's on the front ramping it up, but we're going 36, 37 miles an hour into the finish. And I think the sprint's just started now. Yeah, Marshall's up there. You kind of just want to be as far forward into this corner as you can. I get next to Ben here, decide I'm going to start kicking, but here Ben also kicks around, and I just hit the wind, and I had nothing in the legs, so I sat right back down. And yeah, these guys kind of come around me, so I'm just trying to find like an open spot. Kyle swerves pretty good into me there. There's a lot of dive bombing into this last corner, and then we open up the sprint. I think I ended up like 12th place. Lucas Burgoyne in first, Brody Donald in second, and then Maurice got third. Little fast edition of Cedarburg Classic. Clock Tower Classic in Cedarburg. Thanks for watching. See ya.